Hi everybody, welcome to City and County Credit Union's Tip Tuesday. My name is Bailey and I am so glad that you're tuning in. It's no secret that things are on the rise, whether it's gas, groceries, or even your electricity bill like mine was this past month. Things are on the rise. And today we're going to talk about how to reduce the cost of that budget line item that drives us all crazy, insurance. So I'm excited to introduce you today to Tara Jo Olson, Liberty Mutual Insurance Agent, also a proud partner of City and County Credit Union. Come with me. Hi everybody, I am so excited to introduce you to Tara Jo Olson, Liberty Mutual Insurance Agent. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Yes, of course.
And I am going to start by saying that if you are watching this video as a City and County Credit Union member, you can get exclusive discounts on your insurance by working with Tara. And I don't say that as a promotional, but I say that as a personal referral because Tara Jo is my insurance agent and I've worked with her for 6-7 years and truly not recommend anybody more. So that was just a little plug.
Thank you.
And so to start, I would love if you could provide some background, some history on who you are and how we ended up here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So again, my name is Tara Jo. I've been an agent with Liberty Mutual for going on 16 years now. I've partnered with City and County, I want to say for about 15 years at this point, so it's been a little while. But my husband and I live in Cottage Grove. We've got 3 kids, 2 cats, a dog named Betty.
I love that.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about insurance today and some timely, relevant topic matters.
And one thing I love about Tara is she is genuine, authentic, and she has a cat, a dog, come on, what's better than that? So I love it. And so we're going to dive in right away to the rising costs because it's no secret that between gas, groceries, I paid my electricity bill this other night and it was a slap in the face. And so costs are rising. And so are you seeing that here in auto and home insurance?
Yeah, so absolutely. Inflation is it's not new to the insurance industry. In fact, I think if you look at your past deck pages over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years with any insurance company, you'll see that your dwelling coverage, other structures, personal property, all of that has gone up on average probably somewhere between 2 and 4%. What's different this time around is that instead of seeing the 2 to 3, 4% inflation on your dwelling coverage, you're probably seeing closer to 8, 10, 12, 14% on your dwelling coverage. And that is all, COVID, labor shortages, supply chain issues, all of that. So that's something where we're seeing the increased coverages, which then turns into increased costs.
And I think, unfortunately, there's so many different factors that go into it, so it's hard to nail down what the exact reason is, and I think there's so many. But the biggest question for me, and I think all of our members, is how can I reduce that cost? Is there a way?
Yeah, so there's some quick and easy things that you can do initially. First thing you can do, and this I think is what everybody thinks of first, is I'm just going to raise my deductible.
Yep.
Well,
which you are not wrong because that's what we hear as well.
Yes. So if you've been with your company for a long time, or you're somebody that just hasn't really looked into your deductibles a lot lately, that'd be the first place to look. What I'm seeing on average is homeowners insurance premiums. 10, 15 years ago, the average deductible was maybe $500, $1,000. Now I'm seeing a lot of people carry $2,500 or higher. So if you haven't increased your deductible or you haven't at least looked into it, you might be really adversely impacted by carrying that lower deductible. You might be paying a really high increased premium as a result. So that'd be the first thing. The second thing is you can't go 5 minutes watching TV without seeing a commercial bundling your insurance.
Yes.
So if you currently have your homeowners here, your auto here, you could be missing out on anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20, 25% discount on both policies because they're not bundled. So that would be the second thing that I would say just would be very quick and easy to do.
And as a tip too, I know we talk to a lot of young adults about that next stage of life. And I know doing my own insurance plan years ago was very intimidating because I was on my parents and I was just deadlocked that I was getting the best rate and my parents knew what was right, and not that they always don't. But when I met with Tara for the first time, I was really shocked at the rates that I could get personally. So if you haven't taken that step or you haven't bundled or haven't shopped around, now is a really great time for doing that. And working with Tara is great because you'll get a full package of what that looks like. And overall insurance, is there any other tips you have on ways that maybe aren't so quick but long-term solutions?
Yes. So there's some other things that you can do for auto insurance, for example. If you're eligible for a defensive driver discount, check into that. Good student discount, check into that. Most companies offer some sort of telematics discount, which is just a fancy way of saying driving discounts based on your unique habits.
Okay, perfect.
So most companies have it where it's either an app on your phone or it's a device that you can plug into your car, and some of them you only have to do it for 3 months, others you have to do indefinitely, but there can be some savings associated with that. So it's worth at least calling your company or your agent to figure out what are their specific parameters that they have available. For homeowners insurance, there's some things that you can do there too. So check in and call your agent, seek out discounts, find out, do they know about your new roof? Do they know about your security system, your ring system that maybe you installed recently that you forgot to tell them about? There's other things that you can do as far as making sure that you have the right rebuild cost. Now, if you've done all of those things, you've called your agent, you've sought out discounts, you've looked at deductibles, you're still not happy, that's when I would say you might want to reach out to another agent or another company. With Liberty Mutual, we have our Liberty Mutual platform that, again, the members get some unique benefits with.
Absolutely.
But we also have a dozen other carriers we can check with, so we can do that shopping for you.
And this is actually an added question, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. But I think you brought up a good point, because for me, what's really important is working with someone I trust, who understands what I need as an individual, not necessarily what's going to make them the most money. And as a not-for-profit, those are the type of partners we look out for. So are there red flags that you tell people that if your insurance agent is doing this or you feel XYZ, what's a red flag that makes me say it's time to shop around?
The number one reason that I hear from people besides price that they're shopping their insurance is their agent didn't get back to them.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Most of my clients know that I have a pretty firm rule. If they reach out to me, my goal is to get back to them within 1 to 2 business days at the longest, but it's usually faster. If you're reaching out to your agent or your claims team or whoever it is and you're not hearing back from them in a timely manner, it might be time to shop. The other thing is, again, if you've reached out to your agent, they've done all their due diligence and they've done everything they can for you, but you're still just not happy with the product that they're offering, or you're not happy with the rate. That would be, again, another time I'd say it might be a good time to shop.
Yeah, very good pointers. And I think insurance is very tough to pay because we don't always use it. But when you do need to use it, you want to have somebody good on your side. And that brings me to my next segment of questions here is, we talked about shortages. We talked about, just inventory going crazy. I know Quick Trip in the area, their cups were taken, so now you have to bring your own coffee cup. I mean, things are crazy. But for people submitting claims for their house or their car, whether they were in an accident or, need a new roof, how has that impacted their claims?
Yeah. Just like every other industry, unfortunately, this is the world we've been in for the last 1 to 2 years. We're seeing the same labor shortages, not only with internal claims adjusters throughout the entire industry, customer service, but also with our contractors, repair shops, all of that, and the same thing with labor shortages. So I encourage all of my clients, if you have a claim and you're going through this process, one of the best things that you can do is make sure that you have open, clear communication with not only your repair shop, but also your adjuster. Sometimes they will be able to offer you text messaging as a feature to stay on top of things.
Wow.
You
Great.
can check the website. If you have a good app, you can check the app and you kind of keep tabs on your claim. But also just make sure you're being very proactive in your communication. Don't wait for the claims adjuster to reach out to you. Don't wait for the repair shop to reach out to you. Make sure that you're reaching out to them proactively to say, hey, what's the next step? What do you need? Is there anything that I can do? And that can help speed it along. Now, lastly, if you're not hearing back from the claims adjuster, you're not hearing back from the repair shop, again, reach out to your agent. They can be an advocate for you.
I love that. I think being an advocate, that was such a good way to turn that around, because at the end of the day, it's a relationship. So if you're not happy where you're at, not only could you experience savings, but you also could find a partner who knows exactly what you need. And so this is a curiosity question.
Okay.
Since the start of COVID, because we're still battling the pandemic and, unemployment, and there's so many things happening in our communities, is there a common claim that you've seen the most of within the past 3 years? Has there been a trend that you've seen?
I would say that we have seen more roof claims, and not necessarily, I think, because there's been an increase in hail or wind, but I think because people are home more.
Oh,
and so they're more likely to get some of those home claims done where, you need to be there when the contractor's there. You need to be there when the next person shows up to do the permit or what have you. People are more apt to file a claim because they know that they're going to be home to be able to do it.
Interesting. That was just a side question. And as we wrap up here, I really want to stress enough that at City and County, our mission is to empower you to do more. And so if you're watching this video and you're like, you know, it is time that I check out my insurance, or I haven't looked at my policies in a long time, or what even policies do I have? How can we get in touch with you if we're ready to take that step?
Yeah, so you can either call me directly, and I know you've got my phone number, I believe.
Yes.
Email me, or I also do have an online booking. So if you have a very tight schedule and you know you've only got 20 minutes on Thursday, you can go directly onto my online booking and you'll be able to schedule that appointment with me so that you know that we'll be able to talk when it's convenient for you.
And we will make sure to include that all in the comments of our video so you can get connected with Tara. You also can go directly to City and County's website at cccu.com. And if you scroll to the bottom in the footer, we have a section called Member Benefits. And working with Tara and Liberty Mutual is a member benefit, and so we want you to take advantage and save some money. And with that, thank you so much for having us. We so appreciate it. And we will see you next month for Tip Tuesday. Have a good week, everybody.